Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Staff Service Awards for the those celebrating milestones in 2021. I do have quite a bit of background noise with me here, so my apologies if there's noise coming through, but I will endeavour to be on mute when I'm not speaking. Therefore, hopefully you won't be enjoying the drilling sounds that I have to put up with as such. What a remarkable day today to celebrate the achievement of staff who have done between 20 and 50 years of service for the Ballarat Health Services. It's an incredible sort of commitment to the people have shown over 50 years in the case of Cheryl Allen today. I can only sit in awe as to the level of commitment, but also just amaze and wonder about the experiences and the connections and the challenges, the highs, the lows, the interactions that today's group has had the privilege of over those many years. On behalf of Ballarat Health Services, I would acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which I'm sitting on today, the Wathaurong people. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I would encourage people today, as we're meeting, teams and environment, to use the comment sections as things come up, and you can give a call out to a colleague or someone being recognised today. While we will get back to face-to-face visits next year, we're having to contend with the virtual environment at the moment, so it's a little different, but still a rich environment upon which we can still celebrate the incredible achievements of today's recipients. We are recording today's event, so again, if you're hearing me after today's event, you'd know that by now. But this recording will go up onto SharePoint and be made available via our various social media.
I was off sick yesterday, so
yeah, okay.
Just with me.
Yeah. Can I just ask you to mute? Thank you. So if you do want to share or to come back at some stage, there'll be a recording posted on the various sites after today's event. We have prepared some video and some snapshots of the various award recipients today. The communications team has been out with a number of individuals and captured some reflections that they've had over their journey. So there's a snapshot today, but again, when this is posted, there's a slightly larger length of time on video. But I just encourage you to take the opportunity to review those at your leisure as such. As I said at the outset, in most organisations, 20 years would be considered, a massive end of career achievement. But at Ballarat Health Services, we are celebrating folk who have got 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50 years of continuous service. And it does make me, as I said, in awe of the commitment that people have shown. I'm sure that each of you have had highs and lows, days where you haven't really wanted to be here, days where you couldn't have done without the place. But on behalf of the organisation and behalf of the community, can I sincerely thank you all for what your commitment to this organisation's been, both on behalf of the community, but also on behalf of your work colleagues. We are a family of sorts, and the friendships and relationships that we form, the husbands, the wives, the best friends, the arch enemies, they all form in a workplace, and we're all reflective of that interaction. So again, your success today is in part due to lots of other people, but primarily due to you, and no doubt due to your families who have been solidly supporting you behind the scenes to come to work, to put the long hours in, to come home, kick the cat, kick the dog or whatever. And I sincerely thank them on behalf of the organisation as well. So sit back, relax. We're going to take a journey down memory lane and look at our 20 to 50 year cohort. So through the magic of time, Emily's going to hit a couple of buttons and we're going to see videos. Thanks, Emily. What an incredible cavalcade of history for the organisation. I don't know whether, is it just me or was the music in the 70s so much better than it is today? What a return to form from ABBA, I've got to say. Sadly, thankfully, we're not seeing flared pants and velvet tops too much, which I'm sure we're all grateful for as such. And what an incredible achievement from Cheryl Allen. An amazing commitment to an organisation, 50-year service, starting in 1969. So phenomenal effort as such. I think it's only appropriate, while yes, we have lots of folk who have done the lots and lots of years. I would like to call out again the 40 and the 45 and the 50 years for their incredible achievement. I can see the top of Brendan's head there, Brendan McGoldrick, Kath Casey, Faye Batali, Jeff Fowler, John Devan, Karen Crone, Lauren Duffin, Margaret Brune, Marion Croft, Pam Harrington, Marsha Harcher, Paul Burke, Peter Severn, Peter Strawn, Rosemary Dryden, Shane Knight, Sue Ann Arle and Vicky Thomas for all who've done 40 years of service, and what an institution they are around the organisation. And the 45-year recipients, Beryl Berriman, Chris Watts, Josephine Brazil and June Baker. Again, an incredible achievement. And of course then Cheryl Allen as a 50-year recipient. The thing that marks all these individuals out by and large is their humility. Getting each of these people to speak and want any form of acknowledgement is near on impossible, and that just goes to show these individuals by and large don't want the limelight. They want to get in and get their job done, and it's okay, but it's also okay for us to want to celebrate on their behalf what an incredible achievement that they've committed to this organisation. These individuals today come from the variety of the organisations that preceded Ballarat Health Services. Plenty of folk from the Queen Elizabeth Centre, from the base hospital, and of course from Lakeside Hospital or Grampian Psychiatric Services. But their combined history has been from both those organisations, previous organisations, and today's organisation. Usually at these events we have a few individuals who want to say a few words. Again, this year we've gone out and we've done some interviews. And I'm pleased, very delighted that a number of individuals have volunteered to share their experiences via an interview that we've recorded and we're about to run this afternoon. The comms team have been out and about sharing and recording some of these stories. Again, if after today you'll move to want to be interviewed as well, happy to have your story that we can then share with others. But in the meantime, Emily's going to play some of these interviews. Thanks, Emily.
Over all these years, I've sat there watching people get to 30 years and think, how could you be in one job for so long? I think the organisation's given me the ability to grow. I've come from clinical through management roles and taken on different aspects of the role. It's sort of, while I might have been in a similar area, the role's always changed. I've always been able to do something different. If you had asked me, 11 years ago, would I have gone into aged care? I would have said no way. But then the opportunity presented and I had a good think about it. And now I've moved in and I'm probably one of the longest serving managers in the area now.
I just love my job. People say, oh, you're just a cleaner. I say, oh, I'm not just a cleaner. I'm a lot more than that. But yeah, it's just even getting kindness back.
So I think when I first started nursing, it was very much task orientated. We were told to do something, and as we were talking about before, the top down type thing. We were told to do something and we did it. If our beds weren't made properly, got into trouble, had to make them again. And understanding why we do what we do.
I see it all the time with the nurses and the other staff. They will bend over backwards to help a patient.
A lot of changes, a lot of changes. It's more homely, better place to work. A lot more, if you've got any problems, you know who to go to. There's a lot more communication and everything.
Dr. John Helly, well, people like that leave a mark on your life, you know, and people like Doreen Bauer and Wendy Hubbard, who I think were visionary in, you know, and before their time in lots of ways. So looking at things like multidisciplinary teams, working collaboratively, goal setting for patients, that sort of thing. And I mean, John, right, when we first started working in the 80s, that's the sort of thing he talked about. You know, what are the goals for the patient and where we want to be and how we're going to get there and who's going to support this person to achieve their goals. So those sort of people left a mark, I guess. But also because they're always encouraged and enable people to grow and develop in their roles and given them opportunities to do different things, you know.
I've had quite a few family members work here over the years. My sister-in-law still works here, Leanne, she's in medical day unit. Hannah, my niece, is out at SWEP. Another niece, Zoe, she works on food services at the moment. Another niece recently left, she was in mental health. She's stayed with mental health but gone to Geelong. So over the years, the base hospital, well, Ballarat Health Service has been very good to my family.
My team in the office have just been brilliant over the years, and we've, I think that most of us have been there the whole time. So, of course, we're personal friends, and in the office, I think we work very well together. And I would not have been able to cope personally or professionally without their support. They've just been brilliant. And then the bigger kitchen, like the bigger team, we've just all sort of seen our
A lot of us have
families
worked, like there's other people down there that's been there for 30 years, which, you know, you sort of see more of them than your family. And the kids, they know your kids.
I think personally stepping up to leadership roles was a challenge, but I think good for me to do. And especially working for so long, you think, well, you've got a fairly good understanding of what works. But stepping up, I think, gave me a better understanding of more processes and the hierarchy. What we used to think on a ground level would be easy to introduce. There's a lot more steps and processes involved. So that was good.
So, well, I've usually worked in small groups. Like when I first started, there was 4 of us, like Noel and Shane and a couple of others used to do the trolleys. Then there was Brian and I and Barry used to do over the Kiwi after we merged. Now it's Russell and me and Jim. Well, it was Jim. Now it's Rodney. But yeah, we sort of get into groups and we sort of help each other out, you know. Somebody's running late or something, we say, oh, well, we'll do this, you don't do something else, and whatever. But yeah, we all got on pretty good together.
I'm sure those videos are only the tip of the iceberg for some of the stories that they can tell. I understand that the interview with Rodney went for some time, and you know, I'm sure that there's lots of really quite hair-raising accounts that the environmental services guys could really share if they wanted to. We had the 2020 cohort on Tuesday, and I was remarking at that session just how remarkably youthful Lindsay Fowler looked, and I've got to say, Akushla, you know, you don't look like you've aged in 35 years. So I must get your the phone number for your hairstylist for my own benefits later on. Still looking very youthful there, Kush. So congratulations.
I'm looked after very well by a wonderful husband and 5 gorgeous sons. So that's the message.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, just what a positive influence men can have, Kush. So very well done. Thank you very much, everyone, for sharing their memories. I would welcome anybody online today who wasn't interviewed but did receive an award today. If anybody wanted to say a few words, now would be a good time to do so before I go on to the next set. On to the next section. Sorry, my apologies. Does anybody want to say a few words? Okay. Tina, I know someone's hands up.
Oh, good. Kate's hands up. That's okay. I didn't think Kate was going to put her hand up to say what she typed, but I'll leave it to Kate.
Kate.
Oh, you could have said it, Tina. Sorry, Dale, I hope you don't mind going off script. I just put a little note in there because not everyone's probably had an opportunity to know, but Dean Gardner from the IT department's retiring from Ballarat Health Services after 38 years of service. So Dean's done a little bit of transition earlier this year, and thanks, Bernard, I stole your words there, but it's been widely effective, and Dean's really enjoying his time off at the moment. So he has made the decision to retire. And, you know, we already miss his smiley face around the department. I know many of you on this list would have worked with Dean over the years as well. So just want to give Dean a bit of a shout out and a huge thanks. And we all miss him, and we hope he enjoys his grandkids and his gardening and he's building a new home. So I think he's even busier than ever. But anyway, just wanted to call that out. So thank you. And thanks, Dean. He'd probably hate that I said that, but anyway.
Thanks, Kate. And great call. I mean, for those old enough to remember, Dean, Dermot, and Dan, and even Phil, you know, a great bunch of guys who kept the place running. Now we've got lots of other people around, but, you know, in a lot of ways, I always look forward to Dermot's way of fixing my computers by just turning it off and turning it back on. So, great recognition of Dean. I'm going to move on here. The recordings today will be available on our Facebook and our YouTube accounts later this week for anybody who wishes to access them and share with their family and friends. In closing, I'd just like to thank everybody for, you know, the contribution you've made. You know, I said this again on Tuesday, but, you know, as an organisation, we are human, we are people's organisation, and it's the connections and the interactions and the people we have that really make us who we are. And I might be biased, but I think we're a pretty good organisation, you know, pretty damn good organisation. And that's down in no small part to the people who make that the case. You work in difficult circumstances, you work with difficult people from time to time, you always bring your best. And today's group have brought that for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and what an incredible commitment that has had. To do that so consistently for such a long period of time really does mark you out as very special people. And I would just sincerely thank you on my behalf and the behalf of the organisation. We do have gifts and certificates for everybody today. They will be distributed in the coming days with the various executive staff in their areas. Everyone will be getting a certificate, a badge, and a small gift from the organisation. It in no way compensates and says all it should say, but it's a token of appreciation given to those that have given so much. I want to close now by just, you know, again, thanking everybody, thanking all the people that have been part of this organisation. We've got a lot of change going on. We've got, you know, hopefully 2022 we'll see some return to some form of normality with regards to post-COVID, and I'm sure that's a period we all want to look forward to, where we can go about our normal life. It has been exceptionally hard for all in the last couple of years, and I would just hope that everyone on the call today does get some time off over Christmas, be around those that you care for and love, take some time, refresh, recharge. We've got a lot of things to do in 2022, but I'm confident with the people we have on the call today, as well as the others around us, that we've got the right people to do that sort of job. So please take care. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your efforts, and have a great and wonderful Christmas. Thank you.